Good afternoon. Here is your Thoth Tarot Tuesday. This is such a beautiful card that I pulled here. We have the Six of Cups, as it's known in the typical Rider-Waite tarot deck, and this card is called Pleasure. Now, I noticed right away these beautiful yellow gold lotus flowers that perfectly match my forsythia that I just intuitively picked before I pulled this card. Forsythia is here to open us up to our intuition. Forsythia kind of takes those mundane, those logical parts of ourself and allows the intuitive part of ourself to override those and those questions and those fears and those doubts, and that in that way we can open up to our intuition. Forsythia also is renewal energies, spring and rebirth, this time of year after we've come out of the winter. We're looking for things to bloom again. We're looking to work through all those darker negative energies, those times that were more difficult, and to transform those into something beautiful and wonderful and magical. And this flower also can give you hope and joy and optimism as well, with its beautiful bright yellow. And we know that as we get into this card, yellow is the color of the sun. And the sun energy is our true identity, our life force. So this card is indicative of a type of harmony, and this flower can also bring harmony and balance and compassion to your life. This card shows a type of harmony in which we understand that sometimes the stormy atmosphere of Earth, sometimes the things below Earth, things further in our depth, sometimes the sun heats the ocean up and overcomes those times when those ocean-like emotions of our heart, and they become overcast with survival, fear-based kind of thinking. And we feel less of this beautiful joy of the forsythia, this beautiful joy of these lotus flowers and these cups overflowing. And we let our fears and worries take over. And then where we get caught up in these turbulent emotions. And this temporarily releases the unconscious part of ourselves. And then our sun, our identity, can temporarily come out again. And this is a cycle that repeats in our fear-based self-conscious, our subconscious. And we never forget our true selves. It's always in there. We never reject it. It's always there. We're all born of the sun. We're all born of this light, and we seek this for most of our life. And we just kind of get to certain places in our life where we let the fear and the doubt overpower us, and that is suppressing our true identity, our true selves, our true harmony in which we connect with, who you are, our existence, our life force. And we're not just living, we're not just going about our day to day. We are feeling alive. We are feeling the ecstasy of creation. And we're balancing our inner feminine and our inner masculine. And we're having this beautiful relationship, this divine union with our whole self. And then that brings us up to another level. Once we are connecting with our whole selves, we're connecting to our inner self, and that just wants to feel good and to feel loved and to feel whole and to feel safe, to play our song, our individual song, and let us vibrate within from that song. And we're coming into, as we do this, we also, we're existing in a deeply spiritual as well as an emotional way. So we have this pleasure that's healing, these golden cups, and it's just overflowing. These revitalizing, renewing orange and yellow blossoms that we see here, and the coiled serpents in the cup. Those are allowing us to engage in those energies of transformation and to to work through and, like I said, transmute all of those darker energies that are holding us back and suppressing, suppressing those things. And this is the underlining pleasure that's the foundation of creation itself. So we're tapping into this ecstasy that never stops. It vibrates through these waves of individual pleasure that builds upon all different things. And then as it does this, it opens up our pineal gland. And, that's where we tap into our third eye, our intuition, our psychic senses. This vibration floods the body and excites and opens our magical abilities. So, again, these lotus flowers are gushing forth. There's a well-being. It's this harmony with our natural selves, and then also with how we connect with nature and the divine. And that's all creating this sense of ease and satisfaction. And it shouldn't be hard. If you're following your true purpose, if you're living in your true self, if you're connecting with all that's around you and flowing with that flow of creation, the rapture of the sun is glowing and your heart chakra is awakened. None of this should be hard. It shouldn't be forced. It shouldn't be painful. This card is, it should stimulate growth. It should stimulate passion. It should stimulate fire and curiosity. All of these things that perhaps will take you back to that period of innocence and your childlike self, your inner child. This card also speaks of your inner child and, feeling those sweet memories of the past and those memories that bring you back to the present place and awaken something inside of you that perhaps you again suppressed. This is a time of, you could be experiencing deep pleasure that's spiritually and emotionally powerful and energizing. It's giving you that energy. You're waking up in the morning and you're just ready to see what the world has to offer you. You're ready to thrive. You're ready to listen to all your senses and your magical being and radiate pleasure. This deep understanding of our spirit shows us that our mundane lives, our physical being, our day-to-day existence is, some of these hardships that we go through, they're not a curse, but it's a magical gift that makes us feel so close and intimate with creation and the joy of being. This creation, it turns love and that into manifestation. So, this happiness, like young children that are just here, that original joy, that original awareness of everything around you. And, your inner son and child of the divine and the creative is united. You're just, sometimes this card also can speak to a different kind of unification as well. Another layer would be, unifying with your past self and yourself now, or finding a soulmate, making a soulmate connection. Or sometimes this card speaks of perhaps you are reconnecting and reuniting with a childhood lover, someone that awoken your original self, opened your heart up to love. And sometimes you can be going back into that as well. Or just returning to something that you did that brought you that original joy. So perhaps you're touching back upon a gift that you once had that, maybe you suppressed and you closed off, and now you're opening up to that gift again. You're getting back into your art or your music or your magic. And, as you're emerging from spring, you're releasing all of this baggage and all of these fears that perhaps held you back, and you're not suppressing that anymore. You're tapping into your true identity. All of your cups are overflowing. Once you get into that part of yourself, it ripples out. That sun shines to everyone around you. And it's just pouring out of you, and it's coming out everywhere, and you can share it with other people too. So that kind of removes some of that fear and that lack and that, that suppression, because you don't have to hold on to it so tight anymore. You don't have to hold it deep, deep inside of you. You can release it because there's more than enough to share. And as you're sharing and creating that abundance, you're creating life and happiness and, joy in every little thing that you do. And the people around you are feeling that as well. So, I got a little esoteric, got into the little ethereal realms on this card. It really is just a beautiful card. It's a beautiful card to get for spring and tapping into your pleasure centers and awakening up everything that perhaps was dormant in this winter and allowing it to flow out and allowing it to light up your solar plexus chakra and feel confident and feel ready to shine your light and share your love and share your gifts and share your magic. And don't fear it anymore. Don't question it anymore. Take a beautiful smell of the forsythia and listen to your intuition and bring that hope and joy back into your life where perhaps you let the troubles of the world make you doubt that there was that hope and joy left. But it's still there, my friends. So embrace it. Enjoy it. Take pleasure in it. And don't feel that this is selfish because you have so many wonderful things that you need to share. And it requires nurturing and safety and love in order for it to be able to heal and to come out and be in the open. And people want to celebrate that and share that with you. And that's part of your purpose here. So don't feel selfish about that. Go out. Blossom like the beautiful lotus and forsythia. Enjoy.